Holly Minihane is an incredible young girl. She has scoliosis. There was an incredible story that Sarah Horgan had there recently in the Echo, I think, was it, to give it a due, and it involved Holly Minihane telling her story. She's bedbound for about a year and a half now because she has undiagnosed scoliosis. This is a kid now, a small girl who actually is a prisoner in her own bedroom, and if lucky, in her own home. And she joins me by phone. Holly, good morning.
Hi.
How are you? How old are you now, Holly?
24.
24. And you have scoliosis. Do you have a chair to get around in, or where are you at with that?
No, I do now because I had the operation in June, so it's suitable now to go around in. So I'm just about getting my life back.
And before that, what was life like?
Oh, to be honest, it was miserable because all I had was the four walls and the four walls in my bedroom and severe pain. I can't even explain it.
You have cerebral palsy, don't you?
Yeah, on top of that, it was caused because of my cerebral palsy, but it was missed. My scoliosis was actually missed.
And that's the curving of your spine. It gradually curves more and more over on you. And is that putting a lot of pressure on the insides of your bodies then, your organs?
Yeah, it was putting an awful lot of pressure. Like, it came to the point where, like, I could barely breathe, and we were getting really worried and really concerned. My mum had to find a surgeon herself in the end because she was just so worried, and I had no quality of life whatsoever. Like, so we needed something done.
And how long have you had zero quality of life? I mean, was there a time in your life when you were able to go out and about and do your own thing to some extent?
I had a year and a half of no quality of life whatsoever, and that stopped in about August. I started going out again in August, but for the whole year and a half before that, I had nothing. I wouldn't let people see me, even if they wanted to call over. I was kind of apprehensive to them seeing me the way I was, because I was embarrassed, and it was a pride thing.
You were embarrassed, so you must have got very depressed about it as well as everything else.
Yeah, it was, the mental effect was nearly worse than the physical effect. And the physical effect was bad.
So this was the four walls of the house or the four walls of your bedroom?
The four walls of my bed, because I couldn't tolerate the chair. The chair that I had wasn't suitable, and I didn't get a chair that was suitable till about 6 weeks before the surgery, so that I had nothing to go in.
And while you were a prisoner in your own bedroom, is it true that you wouldn't even pull back the curtains?
It got to a point where I didn't want to, yeah.
And were you tough on your mum throughout all of this?
Really tough. It's a good job she loves me.
It's a good job she loves you. Of course she loves you. She loves you. You're a beautiful daughter. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you took out your poor old frustrations on her. But that's totally understandable.
Yeah. It was really hard though, because I didn't mean to, and the minute I done it, then I felt bad, but I just couldn't express it.
Everybody could understand if you were trapped in a bedroom with scoliosis and cerebral palsy and you couldn't even leave the room. It's no wonder you got frustrated. But then she had to listen to you crying in your bedroom at night. Imagine how bad she felt about that.
Oh, crying a lot. I cried the majority of the time. Like the full-on majority of the time, all I done was cry.
And why weren't they able to pick up? Because the scoliosis, the curvature seemed to be very quick. It seemed to be very rapid, didn't it?
It just happened. See, I always had lordosis, and that's a spine at the bottom of my back, or that curve at the bottom of my back, and they kind of always knew that from a very young age, but they didn't really check for the other curve, so
Yeah.
they completely missed it.
They missed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Has it stopped curving now?
Yeah, because I got the scoliosis surgery in June of 2018, and he had to put in rods up in Dublin in Blackrock Clinic.
Does that straighten your spine, Holly, or does it just stop it getting more curved?
It straightened it and stops it, but mine is as straight as it can be because there was so much damage done.
I know. But you're in a better place in spite of what you're still going through. It's been stopped, it's been arrested, it's slightly straighter. Clearly you're still in the chair with the cerebral palsy. Are you optimistic about your future now?
Yeah, compared to what I was a year ago, I was very optimistic. And I'm very optimistic to raise awareness for other people as well. That's what I want to do. I want to be an advocate for other people going through the same thing.
Yeah. That it would be checked and picked up on and dealt with in time.
Yeah, because mine was over 100 degrees. When the surgeon that actually did it met with us, he was shook. He was like, what? I'm like, I can't do nothing because it's so severe, but it's up to you what you want. But I said I had no quality of life, so you need to do what you need to do. But he told us all the risks.
And what were the risks, Holly? Because the scoliosis was so, they call it a deformation. I'm not quite sure that that's a nice word, but what were the risks?
With the cerebral palsy, because the cerebral palsy and the extra needs, he wasn't sure that I'd come out of it. He thought, he was like, she mightn't come out of it.
But it was your decision as a 23, 24-year-old girl. It wasn't a decision, I'd say, that your parents could make, sure, no?
No, they couldn't make it. It was up to me. But I was really scared then, so I was looking at them crying with tears in my eyes going, what do I do?
What do I say to this man? Do I take the risk or not?
Yeah, because it was so that there was a chance that I wouldn't make it out, so it was really scary. I was like, what do I do?
I know. So on the one hand, you were living with the cerebral palsy, you were living with chronic scoliosis of the spine, you were trapped in your own bedroom, you had the curtains pulled, you couldn't do anything, you had a chance of surgery that could kill you. It was a nightmare for you.
Yeah.
Were you very frightened at that time?
I was really scared, and because I didn't know what the future held. And they were on the day of the surgery, the surgeon came into me, and he did make me feel very at ease.
Yeah.
So, very at ease. So then I wasn't as scared. But when I went down to theatre, then it was all real. It took him 10 hours. It should have taken him 6, but it took him 10 hours because my spine was that bad.
But
my
before all of that, before all of that, did you chat with Mom and Dad, Martina and Doug, and your sister? Did you have a conversation as to what you should do? Did you reach out to them?
Did we have a conversation? I asked my mom and I asked my dad, and they said it was up to me. When I started crying, though, they were kind of like, this is real. But in the end, it was all up to me. But it was for my quality of life. So like, money couldn't buy what could change.
No, this wasn't about money. This was about taking a gamble, really.
Yeah.
It's paid off, though, hasn't it?
It's really paid off. He's changed my life. Like, he's literally, like, my life has done a 360.
Notwithstanding the fact that when things were really bad, there would be ambulance have to be called because your ribs would be protruding so severely because of the scoliosis of the spine. You couldn't breathe. Your body was twisted. You know,
yeah.
It was a very
completely twisted.
Oh my God!
Those times were really scary. Like I'd be crying, going, I don't want to call an ambulance. Like wasting their time. But then I knew that I had to be safe.
You had to be safe, and that's what the ambulance is there for. How did you feel then when you woke up from surgery and realised, I'm still here?
Oh, my mum and dad had just come down, so I was even more emotional. I was crying, but what happened was they didn't take out the ventilator. They had supposed to be taken out the ventilator at like 11. They told my mum and dad it would be out by about 11, and it was 11 in the morning. It was 2 o'clock the next day, and I was just waking up, and the ventilator was still in my throat.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no, put me back to sleep.
Yeah.
When they eventually took the ventilator out and you were conscious, I'd say they were delighted you were talking and chatting and hugging again.
Yeah, I started crying, and my dad, I think I was asking my dad, because you were kind of stand back. My dad was holding my hand and telling me it's okay. And my mom was crying. We were all a mess.
I know, yeah. Happy crying.
Yeah.
Oh, listen, that's an incredible story you have to tell. Well, listen, in spite of the fact that you still have medical conditions to deal with, you've done a 360. Well, you've done a 180, really, a complete turnaround. Yeah. You know, if it was a 360, I suppose you'd be back where you started again. But you have the whole of your life now to look forward to, you know, and like, don't be hard on yourself. I thought I read somewhere that you thought that this was all your fault and you'd made your life difficult and your folks' life difficult. Sure, that's not the case at all, girl.
Yeah.
You know, it's a medical condition that, you know, you were given unfairly. So listen, you want to be an advocate for others like you, young people with certainly cerebral palsy and the risk of undetected scoliosis, aren't I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are you doing next now?
I don't want anyone that's going through what I went through.
I know. Like. And do you get out now? Do you socialise? Where do you go?
Yeah.
How do you spend your time? What do you do?
Like, I go out with my mom, and then I go out with my friend, like, when she comes down. And I have my blog, so I'm focusing a lot more on my blog now that I'm better, so I can spread awareness and I want to make a change. And if I can help at least one person with my story, then I'll be happy. Like,
absolutely. For all of us, you put life into perspective, girl. I can tell you that. Where do you go when you go out? What do you like to do? Do you like to go out for pizza? Do you like to go?
Yeah, I go to town with my friend, and we go cinema and stuff like that.
Okay. You see any good movies recently?
The Upside.
The Upside, is that a good one?
Yeah, it's Kevin Hart.
I'd say that's an old...
He's really good in it. He's taking care of quadriplegic, so it was really I could really relate.
You could relate to it. I got to watch that movie, The Upside. That sounds like a good one to me. Okay, I want to send you on some vouchers for the cinema, and I want to send you into Burnt, the new pizza house inside in town. You and a couple of your friends, or mum and dad and your sister. Get the biggest pizzas you can in there, all right, free of charge, and have a great time.
Thank you.
You're more than welcome. It's lovely talking to you, Holly. Big family hug there now, please. Big hug. Bye, Holly.
Bye.
The Neil Prendeville Show.